Okay. To the computer.
And
How does it get any better than that?
How does it get any better than this? Well,
So welcome.
Joy with Bodies. There's my friend Helen.
And here's my friend Rachel. How does it get any better than that?
How does it get any better than that? So this is kind of like last minute impromptu, long distance before we see you here in my neck of the woods next week.
Yeah, in Guatemala City next week.
Exactly. And we're going to have fun playing with the Joy of Bodies in person as well. So you never know, we might do a little impromptu Facebook Live or another Zoom or something and play with bodies a little more.
Exactly. Let's unlock all those bodies in Latin America and in the world. With all that pleasure, joy is that it is possible now.
Uh-huh.
What if we could just play?
What concept? Is that allowed on this planet?
Well, it has not been allowed for thousands of years, but now it is.
Good.
Now it's time.
We have the official permission slip, and we can actually begin to enjoy bodies. By the way, I never put, is it still very echoey sounding? I forgot to stick it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right. I'll get one of these thingies.
Yeah, maybe it will help. Or maybe it's not. Maybe we need to hear those extraterrestrial sounds.
Well, that's one of the things that, let me see if I should connect. Does that change anything? Is that better?
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, especially if you put the other ear too, so it doesn't pick up.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so there we go. Easier? Yay. It's just not so pretty with these little dangly things, but hey, how does it get even better than that? So,
Come on, it's a wonderful jewelry.
Yes, I suppose it is. Then I'll take diamond encrusted ones. Anybody who would like to send me some diamond encrusted headsets or microphones or anything, why not? How does it get even better than that?
Yeah, what would it take for somebody to send wonderful gold? I think I saw on TV somewhere in the movie that they actually had headphones made of gold.
Really?
Can you imagine a body playing with headphones that made out of gold?
It would be fantastic. It would be so fantastic because then whenever there's anybody else's judgment as well, which we know very well from our last game together, Are You Willing to Be Judged? Not only is there the yumminess of the metal and the contribution of the communion with the molecules of the metal, but also that joy of the judgments of everybody else saying, what? Solid gold headphones? Like, really? Like you're using solid gold? So, I mean, that would be a contribution in so many different ways. I would like that.
Anything that doesn't allow that, let's just try and okay that.
Oh, yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, all the puck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. I'll be your wing woman. And then you can be the wing woman, unless we forget. And then we just fly free, and that's okay, too.
Sounds good. And can you imagine how much fun and joy the body can have with all the gold jewelry and just simply playing with all of those metals? And anything doesn't allow that, let's just try and create that.
Yes, please.
And the fun part is, for years, I did not like yellow gold.
What did you prefer?
Silver and white gold, or platinum.
Or platinum. That's good too.
Yeah.
It says princess, so I just wanted to say.
Okay. So anything that doesn't allow us to be actually not princesses, but queens and kings.
Yeah.
And have joy of that and joy of bodies. Let's just try and okay that.
Yes, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, podpoc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. I love that.
And yeah, and what generative energy spaces and consciousness can we be that would allow us to eliminate all the judgments that we piled on our body for all eternity?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how we locked it up, and that's how we're not having so much joy with it, because we make it so serious.
And so significant.
Yeah, so let's actually speak a lot about that. There's a lot of people who say that they have so much difficulty with their bodies, sensing, touching, perceiving. And the thing is that it may not be for everything, because there are people that are autistic, OCD, etc., and they really perceive everything full on. But beyond that, for the rest of us, and I think most of us that would be tuning into a call like this would have those like expanded awarenesses as well. But to have this recognition that we don't have to make everything that we perceive on the outside relevant to us on the inside, so significant that it's the only thing that we can, you know, do or have, and then have it be all contracted and tough and difficult in our bodies. If we're able to let go of that significance, there's such a space of possibility that's available, and a possibility of shifting things, and a possibility of inviting things like the gold and the platinum and the diamonds, and the possibility of just exploring curiously with our bodies. And that's not something we do very much. So everything that doesn't allow us to have that, can we let that go?
Yes, right, wrong, good, bad, back, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And can you imagine, like, all those people walking around contracted, suddenly dropping their barriers and just expanding and enjoying the bodies beyond our even imagination. Can you see that in the whole world? Everybody dropping their barriers. For just a second, let's just close our eyes and just sense that. What would it be like? Wow. How amazing would that be? And anything doesn't allow that. Let's just try and get that.
Yes, right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pock, shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. Such a sense of space and ease when there's nothing, no barriers to defend, nothing to have to stand there at the top of the castle and defend, you know, off and all these other points of views.
And no solidity. Did you feel any, like, it was just space.
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Star Trek bodies and beings.
And beings, and joy of all of that. Yeah. Joy of the communion between beings and the body.
Well, you know what's interesting as well with the joy, what you're saying with the joy of communion, a lot of people think of joy as this very manic, you know, even, you know, with my arms up, or, and it's not necessarily that. It can include that, but it's that sense of peace. And the peace is not the judging to death. It's like having allowance for our bodies and for their awarenesses and for their shifts and changes and what they're communicating to us.
It's about dropping those judgments and just being.
Yeah.
It's not about, and what's interesting, I always thought about that we have to do all those do things.
Yeah.
And that does not bring joy. Have you noticed that? When we're doing things, it's like, okay, I'm stressed. When we are actually being that space, that's what joy is all about. Because every time when, like, if we go to the moments of joy, like for me, it's being out somewhere, either with somebody who you love, and it's just being with them. It's not doing stuff. It's maybe enjoying the music, maybe being on the beach, maybe being somewhere in the nature, and just being, again, being in communion.
Yeah.
With the body, with the planet, with the nature, with people. It's not about material things. It's not about new car, though new car can bring a lot of joy as well.
You should know. How does it get even better?
How does it get any better than that? And when I'm still in that new car and still smelling that new car, to me that's part of being joyful and happy. It brings that orgasmic part of joy of life or orgasmic living.
I have a question for you. You're a medical doctor, so you're trained, doctor of medicine, and you've dealt with bodies really for years and years and years and years. Mm-hmm. And what was that like? What goes on when you're in that environment? Is there a lot of appreciation for bodies, curiosity about bodies, space for bodies?
Oh God, no. There is a lot of complaint. There is a lot of, or at least there was a lot of complaints, a lot of pain and suffering and judgments of that. Mainly it was the judgments of how bad things are, how bad the body is working, and who is fixing it.
Yeah.
It's about fixing something that is actually was created by not listening to the body or by being unconscious with the body.
And I'm sure none of us have ever done that, huh?
No. And sometimes it could be just a second of unconsciousness. I'm talking about a thought that, oh my God, I cannot live like that. Is it conscious thought? No, it's not a conscious thought. Who would, in the conscious mind or cognitive mind, would create that thought? No, it's unconscious. Or maybe even unconscious thought.
Yeah.
But the body is so conscious of everything that's going on and everything they ask for, it's ready to deliver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
all those delivery systems, all those orders we've already placed in that our body is doing its best to fulfill and send to us quickly. Can we destroy and then create all of that, please? Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And we don't even notice it. Sometimes it's like an order system, you wouldn't even think about it. But for example, if someone in the family has heart disease or arthritis or, I don't know, diabetes or whatever the case is, I mean, what a better way of saying, ooh, I'm part of my family. I'm carrying on the genetic programming. Yet we actually have a choice.
We do, but we already decided we don't have a choice. And our parents told us we don't have a choice. The doctors told us we don't have a choice because the genetic plays such a strong family history. So everything that is, all the biomimetic mimicry. Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Right. Are you willing to destroy and totally uncreate and give it up?
Yes, absolutely.
All nine shorts, boys, and beyond.
Wow.
So that's what I used to see in the office, all that unconsciousness. And people didn't even recognize that they created it. They always thought it happened to me.
Yes. So all that happens to me, that is never a happenstance. It's a choice, and we don't even recognize that split second, as you were saying, that we chose it, is what's running our future. And yeah, let's destroy and create all of that times a godzillion and choose something that's more fun.
Exactly. Right, but all nine short business. What if we chose joy instead of pain?
Yeah. Joy instead of oi.
Yeah. Or oi way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So everywhere where we're choosing oi way instead of joy, let's destroy and uncreate that.
Yeah.
And all the decisions, judgments, and conclusions and computations that go along with that, and all the orders we placed on the body. All
Yeah.
the orders of schematics. If anybody knows what schematics is, it's as a programming that we put on the body and decided that it's the right way of functioning.
Yeah.
Let's destroy and create that.
Yep. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow. Well, there's this perception of the body not being a buddy, a friend, a companion to create with and to explore life and this embodiment with. It's more about the body as this vehicle or machine that ends up falling apart, as you mentioned before. And if it's falling apart, or we project on our body that by a certain age it has to fall apart, or based on genetic predisposition it has to fall apart, or whatever the case is, we forget that we have a friend here. This is our buddy. Our body is our buddy, and it's this yumminess that is willing to play with us through thick and thin.
But what's interesting, you said about friend and the body. Do you think any friend would be around after you put so much judgment on that friend that you told that friend how ugly it looks?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Wow!
How can that be a friend when we do all those judgments on it?
When we look,
how can we even live with? How can the body be with us for so many years?
Well, I can tell you,
so much is used to it.
It deserves a huge hug because it hasn't kicked us out yet, and it's totally willing to put up with us while we've piled so much shit.
Well, sometimes it actually argues with us, and sometimes it does. Kind of like put a protest with what we call pain or intensity, because it goes, I cannot deal with that. Or when we eat something that the body does not like.
Oh yeah, it'll give us information.
It will get rid of it sometimes in different ways.
Yes.
Or down.
Or all around, that could be too.
Or all around.
But that ease with that recognition, first of all, that it's not a frenemy. It's got nothing against us. It does not, try to hurt us.
It actually loves us.
Yes.
It loves us, and it's trying to encourage us to be healthy, to be loving, to be in communion with everything, to have the embodiment, not just the body. Because you know the difference between body and embodiment?
Clue us in. I know, but I don't think everybody listening to this recording or participating in the Zoom knows. So clue us in.
It's like what we decided is this physical form is, but embodiment is everything. Because we are connected to nature, to planet, to the world. It's infinite. Yeah. That's what embodiment is. And we're not just in this body, we're embodied, so embodiment of everything. So if we recognize that, first of all, we would stop treating our body like that horrible thing, not even a creature. I was going to say creature, no, it's about a thing that we need to abuse, to reject, to kind of like put in those frames that it looks like the magazines or TV models that are zero size and anorexic, or we have to put it into that box of beauty with a lot of people go through plastic surgery and exercises to the extremes just to put again into the norms of this society what we've been told that should be the echelon of beauty.
Yeah.
What if beauty is totally different?
What if beauty is the choice to be it? And it doesn't matter your size, and it doesn't matter, if your age or your color, or it's this curve and other curves that are just so willing to be playful in the world.
What if it's about just being joyful, being happy?
Yeah.
Remember that happiness is just a choice?
Yeah.
And like joy and happiness, they're not solid. They're not emotions. They're not feelings.
Yeah.
They're
joy is our natural state.
Not even the state, it's space.
Space, yeah.
Remember like what we started with when we sense what the world would be when we drop all our barriers.
Wow.
It creates that space of being, space of joy, space of happiness.
And space where we can actually notice that there are possibilities and that there are various experiences that we can be grateful for as they are. What I find...
And judgment disappears.
Yeah.
Because how can you judge in the face of that infinite space?
Yeah. And how can you resist anything? How can you solidify anything in the face of that infinite space?
Against anything?
Yeah.
And how can anything harm you in that space?
Yeah. So a lot of what we do when we're not in that space is really not being ourselves. We're actually like defending or fighting for other people's realities that we may be so aware we're perceiving them, but we're living them and believing them rather than recognizing that we are that space of joy and that space of possibility. And we can be that space of joy and possibility with our bodies.
So everything that doesn't allow us to be that, let's destroy and uncreate that.
Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow.
And yeah, and what energy, space, and consciousness can we be to be that space of infinite possibilities, to be the space of joy, to be the space of no judgment.
Yeah.
And let's destroy and create anything that doesn't allow that and interferes with that, and kills us into being something different.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How many points of view do we have about being in a body, what being in a body is, and how many assumptions do we have about how a body functions, and all of that, everywhere that we've created that as our go-to Bible of this happens at this time, and it's all very defined and pre-planned and linear. Destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion.
Right, wrong,
that ain't a fairy tale. Shorts, boys, and beyonds.
How many, so how many points of view do we have about actually what joy is?
And how we are not in it.
Yeah, and how we cannot even have joy unless blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So all the unlesses that make our life less because we're not willing to be all of us, and we destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, back and bad, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
And
every unfinished business that prevents us from being the joy and being alive.
Yeah.
Leaving the infinite possibility of embodiment, let's destroy and create that.
Very much so. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. I found a clearing in the reference materials. I happen to love the reference materials. And I found an old, it's an old clearing. It's like really complex, but it's so much fun. So what actualization of other people's fantasies and insanities and the assigns and assignations of this reality, about the rightness and the righteousness and the seriousness and the significance of overriding joy with judgment, are you using to lock up and limit your life, your living, your reality, your body, your business, your generative and creative capacities, and for and of consciousness, now and in the future? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and then create it all.
Yes, right from good, bad, but all 9 shorts, points, and beyond. Woo! That's a good one.
Yeah.
So how many, like, those significances are we using to create the disasters, the ugliness, the judgment, the defense against joy? Are we choosing?
Yeah. Wow.
Everything that is, let's just try and okay that.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 podpoc shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there was no energy on that.
None.
No, we are not. Apparently, we are defending against joy. What does that mean?
In favor of what? Is it the meaning of life? How mean are we being with the life and living that we're choosing? That's not joyful. That's not fun. That's not happiness. That's not ourselves. Everything that is.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, podpoc shorts, boys and beyonds. Or people can keep choosing it. That's okay too, if they want.
You know how many people, like with Akasha Crackers, you know how many people ask me, what's my life purpose?
What is the meaning of life?
Yeah, what's the meaning of my life? And
how about to stop being mean?
Every single time was to be happy, to be joyful. That's what the purpose of life is. But a lot of people don't see that.
So what is it that we're choosing rather than choosing to be happy? What is it that we're putting? It's like putting the cart before the horse, if that makes sense. The horse is the happy part, happy, joyful, moving.
Like we are actually what I'm seeing is taking the horse away, putting it in the pasture, and hauling the cart ourselves.
Oh, so all those burdens we have to bear and lug and pull. Wow. And
that actually brings a memory to, remember in Costa Rica? Were you with me when I lost my luggage?
No. Not that particular trip.
Yeah. Last year where I was traveling, my suitcase never made it. For 1 week, I was with no luggage.
Wow.
And it was such a free experience that I've never experienced. I didn't have to carry it. I didn't have to schlep it. I didn't have to pull it up. And I still managed. I bought a couple of dresses, but it was so easy. It was much simpler without the luggage.
So how much do we complicate by lugging the luggage of all those points of views and assumptions and I don't know, everybody else's shit that we keep lugging around with us?
We're so used to them, though. It's so comfortable. Those dresses, those suitcases, that clothes, sometimes like some shoes actually would not be comfortable, but we are used to them. Those points of view are so useful.
Who would we be without them?
Yeah. What if we didn't have any of our clothes?
Wow. Wow, that would change a whole entire different joy with bodies. Oh my goodness.
So everything that's coming up right now, all the visuals, all 9 shorts business, or enjoy the visuals.
Yeah, well, hey, why not? Enjoy the visuals. But the thing is, if we didn't put so many barriers and barricades and appropriateness and, all these masks, it's like a masquerade ball, except for we're like masquerading with the wrong stuff. I don't know. It's like,
to me, it looks almost like a horror show.
Yes.
I was actually lately, I've been so enchanted with Face Off. Have you seen that? It's a show on Sci-Fi where makeup artists create different makeup through actually sculpting different masks.
Wow.
And it's such an amazing transformation. So looking at that, they're bringing a lot of like the person inside. You cannot even see the person anymore.
Right.
It's just that persona, that mask, that costume that is on a stage.
Huh.
So
how much of our life do we live that way?
Yeah. So what would our life be different if we actually took all of our costumes and masks and characters and just left it behind?
I like that. Lighter load.
Yeah, so everything that is and all the fears that keeps us from doing that and being that, let's just try and create that.
Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
I actually noticed it myself just now when I was talking about taking off all the masks and all the costumes. It literally just was a fear. Who would I be without the costume? Let's go there for a second. Let's close our eyes and just see. Let's drop all our barriers and just see who we are without them.
Wow.
All of them, not just like superficial. I am the mom, I am the wife, I'm doing something, I live in Chicago or Guatemala. Let's drop all of that. Who would we be without all of those characters and definitions?
Wow.
And Gitlevich. Economics plays a lot of role.
Well, that's the autopilot system that we have, the Bechemex entity anyway, is our autopilot system to run everything
and
for
another
us.
costume, another
All
armor. I would say suit of armor.
Suits, sometimes multi-layered suits of armor. If this one is taken off, then I can present this one to the world. If this mission endeavor doesn't work, then here's another.
Or this matrix doesn't work, let's choose a different one.
Yeah.
Because we are all playing in those virtual reality that we've created in our minds, and nothing is real.
So wait a second, you said a very important word there. You said playing. And the thing is that with bodies and with, being embodied on this planet, we're not often playing because of all that significance and because of everything else that we've taken on. There is no energy of play and wonder in it. It's the energy of, I have to, carry that burden, that cart that's heavy behind me.
Yeah. And on the top of that, because everything is a play, but we made it serious. So we made it a chore, a work.
Not a choir, not fun, it's a chore. It's an obligation and a drag.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
We have to do it. We must do it. We should do it. Yeah. How much choice do we have there?
No.
No choice. So everywhere where we have no choice universe, with all the must, should, have to, let's just try to hear that.
Yep. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow.
And everywhere we decided that we cannot play because we're adults.
Destroy and uncreate all of that too. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
And don't forget, when Rachel was small, my daughter was smaller, or younger, I would say. And I think she was about maybe 12, 13, where she was already like serious. And I was actually playful somewhere on vacation. And she's like, Mom, you act like a child. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. But she was so much entrained by this reality, even as a kid, that adults cannot play. There is a role to play.
And there's a rule.
And there is a rule. There is a character that has to be exactly significant and meaningful and perfect, with no room to maneuver.
Wow.
You cannot kind of like even go a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. You have to go straight. So all the straight roads that we've decided we must follow, and found that
heading for head-on collisions.
Exactly. And found that there is no straight road, and when we ended up into hitting our head into the wall, let's try to create that.
Yeah, right on, good bad. Oh, pop shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. There's a Dr. Seuss book for kids. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Zacks or the something like that. And it's two little like characters, and each one was going a particular way, and there was a north going one and there was a south going one, and they met smack dab in the middle. And rather than, taking a step, literally it's just a step. What going around just a little bit, and if we just shift just a little bit, there's movement, there's ability to change things. But they didn't, because each one of them was saying, you have to get out of my way, you have to get out of my way. And literally like a whole city was built around them, and the highway came in and was built around them, and they're still standing there stuck in the point of view of you have to move or you have to move. So it just came to me when you were speaking about going straight out, how we don't even recognize how stuck we actually make ourselves by holding on to all of these points of view and the rightness, damn straight, we know this is the way it works on this damn planet, that kind of thing, that we don't budge. And in not budging, we don't create.
Yeah, so everywhere where we decided that we are right and they're wrong, and they decided they're right and we're wrong, and we are not moving and stuck in that no choice, no movement, and complete annihilation universe. Let's just try and create that.
Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, box, shorts, boys, and beyond. Bing!
And whatever we just, bing! Yeah, so everywhere where we're stuck in the rightness of our points of view, and not moving from that hole in the wall, let's destroy and create that.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much energy do we waste by doing these head-on collisions in our life rather than, having this dance of possibilities by being willing to go around anything that's stuck or sticking us? It would be so much more fun to boogie, no?
Yeah, and everything that is, let's just try and create that.
Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Anything that doesn't allow us to boogie, let's just try and create that. I know, good, bad, pod, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Would it be fun, actually, to dance on the streets instead of walking?
There's a video on YouTube with this guy doing dance walking, and sometimes I even do that, not so much when I walk the dog, but sometimes just, if I'm walking on my own. And I love to do that. I skip or I dance, and it's funny because people will do a double take, like, wait a minute, you're not doing it the way it's supposed to be done on this planet, and yet they smile. Maybe that can invite them into a different possibility.
So everywhere we are refusing to be the invitation to a different possibility. Everywhere we refuse to be invitation to joy, not just for us, but for other people as well. Let's just try and create that.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Well,
Wow.
yeah, that had a lot too. So what is that with you? What points of view do we have about being an invitation to joy? Is there what would happen if we would be willing?
How many times we've heard to fit into this reality?
Yeah.
And the invitation to something different
is
so much unique that you cannot even fit into any reality that we know. So every time we decided that we don't fit and refuse to be invitation and decide to go back in the box, let's just try and create that.
And slam the lid behind us. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond.
That reminds me of that toy Jack in the Box.
Yep.
How much you're slamming on it, but it's still coming up.
So what if that's, in every lifetime we've been coming up in different ways? What if now's the time? And Gary and Dane have spoken about having 10,000 people in consciousness and all of the changes that we're going to be shifting all around the planet. So how much fun will it be to keeping that Jack that pops up? It could be jackass. I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to be a jackass if it means that things change around me.
Why not? We were not Jack in the Box. What we were just being out of the box.
Yeah.
So anything that doesn't allow us to jump out of the box, destroy the box, and just be the infinite being, infinite embodiment, infinite possibilities we truly be.
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate that.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And speaking of boxes, there's so much of this idea of we have to keep the lid shut on the box or else it would be like Pandora and all this stuff is going to fly out.
Yeah.
So everywhere that's been like the ultimate control. Don't be different. Keep it in the box. We destroy and uncreate all of that.
Remember that even with Pandora box, remember what they kept in the box and closed the lid on? When they let out all those sins and plagues and all of that. But what was left was hope. And they actually slammed the lid on the hole to keep it in the box.
Mm.
So everywhere we actually keep the lid on the joy and the hope and all the beauty, instead of letting it out in the world.
Yeah.
Let's just try and uncreate that.
Yes, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. See, we're not hopeless after all.
No, we are just a little bit silly and joyful.
Yeah. It would be so amazing for us to really embrace the playfulness that we could have, that curiosity, that wonder, that joy, that peace, that relaxation that we be. I wonder what it would be like for more of us every day just to choose one more thing that would bring us closer to that space. Just one more thing that's easeful and wonderful and amazingly delicious. And if we do that every day, adding one more and adding one more and adding one more and maybe adding 10 more and 100 more and whatever the case is, what would that change in the world?
Yeah, I wonder. So anything that doesn't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate that.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
You know what? I think people actually coming on just now at 9 o'clock.
How funny. How does it get even better than that? Yeah, my hours have been all over the place. And that's the cool thing is I'm willing to be okay with that. So I mess up. So what? Yeah. I don't have to get all significant about it. It's all good. Right.
Yeah, and we can do another Zoom afterwards too.
Yeah, we definitely could. There's so much there is so much that just that willingness to be in a body and to explore a body and to explore this embodiment. So it's joy of bodies and joy of embodiment. Like what could we just, little things, what could we choose that's different? When you were speaking about lowering our barriers and expanding out, I noticed that there was, at the beginning, this like tightness, you could say, or contraction in just below my solar plexus, and kind of, you could say, my womb area. And so it was very interesting, because when I expanded out, I put my hand there, and it was like, it's okay. Whatever it is, we're there, and we don't have to buy it as more real than anything else. I don't know what it is that I'm perceiving right now, but it's this willingness to be okay with it and to be with it and to know that it's all okay and it's all part of the play and the experience.
So everything that is and everything that doesn't allow to drop all the judgments.
Yeah.
And be present with playfulness. Let's just try and create that.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, putt, shorts, boys and beyonds. It's not just that. It's something you said at the beginning when we first began to speak about people so much try to avoid pain. The thing is, in avoiding pain and not being present with everything and getting the information that your body's actually communicating to you. In avoiding, we're resisting and contracting. Literally, I had for about 2 weeks a real strong intensity in my back, to the point where it was tough to move. And I kept asking, what awareness am I refusing? What is it that I'm locking up behind me? What's in there? And there was a fantastic clearing that Dr. Dane gave on the Ask Telecall. What point of view am I using to create the intensity in my back? Am I choosing? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And it unlocked things for me too, because the thing is, we don't have to keep resisting anything. We can just be the space that dissolves it.
Exactly, because whenever we resist, we actually solidify things. Think of, for a long time, actually, since I was a kid, I always had leg cramps. And it's pretty much the solidification. Like when it's contracting, it hurts so much. Like think when we put the pressure cooker, it has to explode. That's what pain is. So instead of resisting it, recognizing that it's just information, nothing more. And just asking the body, okay, what do you want from me? What do you desire? What do you need from me? What is it you're telling me? And a lot of times it will communicate very simply, very elegant, I would say. And then you can ask, would you please lower the intensity for me? I'm not as dumb as I look, and I'm not going to be as dumb as I was before. So everything that is, let's try and create that.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys and beyonds. And this is so cool too. I mean, those of us that have been lucky enough, smart enough, amazing enough to have chosen access classes and to recognize that, you know, what you see in this reality is not necessarily what you get, right? This isn't real. We can see it, but we don't have to be it, right? So having these tools gives us a way of looking at the world in an entirely different way than 99.9% of people on this planet are functioning. And I'm not saying that from a superiority point of view, just from we take these things for granted. I was just dropping off someone earlier in the afternoon, and they were mentioning all sorts of things to me about some of their friends and a couple of their relatives, and they were just speaking to me, and it was like, why don't they just ask their body what their body would like to eat? Why get into a fight with the children about what they're going to eat or not? Just ask your body will tell you what it wants. And it's like, ask your body? Like, is that a thing? Is this, I have to say what a gift these tools are.
Amazing, especially like muscle testing. Remember how it was almost magical. Whenever I introduced them in the class, people look at me, it's like, it's magic. How is it possible? How can the body tell me what I can or cannot eat?
Or what it would like to wear. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. It was funny this morning. I just couldn't, like, my body wanted a particular thing. I knew what it wanted. I couldn't find it. And I couldn't even like pick anything else. I just wanted that particular thing. And until I found it, it was not satisfying.
And that's so amazing. It's such an easeful communication when we're willing to have it. So what would it be like if we'd be willing to have our life be too easy?
Wow. But then we wouldn't have any problems.
I know. Isn't that funny? So how magical are we willing to be?
What do we do with all that time?
I have so many books I'd like to read. I have so many books I'd like to read, and classes I'd like to go to, and places I'd like to visit, and foods I'd love to taste, and things I'd love to experience. I don't need trauma and drama. So anything that doesn't allow us to outcreate the trauma and drama, can we destroy and uncreate all of that, please?
Right, wrong with the paddle man, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And everywhere where we decided that we don't have enough energy, not enough time, not enough money, everything there, to enjoy life, to play everywhere, and have enormous amount of happiness. Let's destroy and uncreate that.
Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Wow.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of charge on that, and I can't remember a word you just said, so obviously that was part of my items, or one of them, one of the many.
Yeah, whatever I just said, let's destroy and uncreate that.
Again. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So everywhere we're not willing to, yeah, go ahead.
In essence, we don't have to remember what we said. We just can say whatever was just said before.
That's true. That's just making it super easy. I like it.
Yeah, that's what I loved in the beginning when I couldn't remember the clearing statement. We could just use talk and pod. Those ninjas of consciousness.
Yeah. Superpowers of consciousness. Yeah. Pock and pod. I love that we can shift and change anything. We are never, ever stuck. So with everywhere, all the solidifications that we've locked into our bodies, into our living, into our life, into our reality, into our work, our business, our whatever it is that we create, everywhere we've solidified obstacles and difficulties and anything else in there. And we destroy and create all of that in favor of fluttering right over, right around, right under, whichever way we could just melt through anything that we've used to lock ourselves up before.
Yes, right, wrong with that, but all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of funny when I fry myself mid-clearing. It's been, 6 years of hearing Dane say, I've got OCD, ADD, whatever it is, and autism all rolled into one. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I got whatever he's got plus a few other things. So if I can actually remember the end of the sentence at the beginning of the sentence, have it flow out in one direction, that's a miracle.
Yeah, I never remember, it's interesting how, when the clearing is forming, a lot of times the words just keep coming in and I have no idea what was before.
Yeah.
So it's just what is, and I stop judging myself, and that's where the joy starts coming in. Whenever we give up the judgment, whenever we give up those points of view that keeps us stuck.
Yeah.
So it's just about being.
And having
Just
fun.
being and just having fun.
I like that.
I think we're kind of like coming to the end.
I think so too. So I wonder, what is it that we could create with our bodies now that we've never been willing to create before, by being willing to be playful and exploring?
Mm-hmm. And I wonder what we can create in Guatemala with bodies, with a 3-day body class.
I wonder.
Yeah,
and Akashic Records.
In Akashic Records. And creating abundance with ease possibility.
Wow. How much fun can we have with that? And what invitation can we be, even in this recording? And if anybody watches this and would like to find out more, I'm sorry, I don't remember if we clarified at the beginning. We are using the tools of Access Consciousness. Find out more information at www.accessconsciousness.com. You can find Helen online there on the Access website, and me too. And
it's Dr. Rachel Silber and Dr. Helen Gitlevich.
There you go. You can find us readily. We are available. We are easy to reach. We may not be cheap because our bodies like fun things. But you are welcome to reach out and play. And those odd words that we were repeating every so often that sound like Swahili mixed in with Greek and Russian and, I don't know, a little bit of fairy language, whatever that was. So all of that you can find out at www.theclearingstatement.com. That's the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. And how much fun could we have with bodies? Now. Yeah, what else is possible? And what would it be like if we're willing to play?
It's not just with bodies, because it's also whatever body is holding all the points of view, it will affect the relationship and money flow.
Yeah.
So a lot of times by unlocking the body, it allows the money and relationship to improve.
Yeah, it allows everything to improve, I'd say. This whole experience on the planet, this ride on the merry-go-round, you could say, like, it's not one where we're nauseous and we want to get off quickly. It's one where we could actually go, whee, look, my new hands.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So what energy, space, and consciousness can we be to be out of control, out of definition, out of form, out of structure, out of significance, out of linearities, out of concentricities, out of solidification, out of judgment, out of all the crazy insanity that we bought as true for all eternity?
And anything doesn't allow that, let's destroy and create that. That's on the death of 9 short points in the hours.
I think that is my very favorite clearing of all clearings in Access.
One of them.
One of them. Yeah. The other one is whatever that was, destroy and uncreate it all. Or this is crap and I'm not having it anymore. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 fun shorts, boys and beyonds. It's been fun, Helen. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody who's on with us live and everybody who's going to be watching this in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rachel. Thank you everybody who, as Rachel said, been here and going to watch us later on. We'll see you sometime live, maybe.
That would be cool. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.